Hi guys, either welcome back to the channel or welcome to the channel. Today I am going to be making a copy of the Little Oak box, or trying to. We'll see how it goes. So I have a piece of oak that I've rounded already. I need to get the tenon a little better. It's not quite deep enough, and then start marking out for the lid and the body. So hopefully things will go well. Okay, I am at 1250 revs when I turn it on. Do apologise for the noise. The face mask going on. Oops. Okay, I forgot to make sure everything was tightened down properly, so I'll do that. And drop the tool rest. There we go. Better. My chuck jaws are dovetailed. So I just put a bit of a dovetail there. And now I need to mark for the body. So I want that width plus about 3 widths of the tool, 2.5 to 3 widths of the tool. Because that's going to give me the ability to part off. It's going to give me space to do that, so I'm going to mark the parting off point as well. Or I could just drop everything. Oh well. I'm just going to run my skew across this because it's slightly out of true. Excuse me. That's better. So I've got the tenon, I've got the groove for the lid. Now I'm going to mark the groove for the base. And again, I'm going to give it a couple of widths as well, like I did for the lid, because I need to be able to have enough space to part off and for a tenon as well. So I need to leave enough space to do that. Okay, so I have the 10 and 10 there, so I just need to pop that off. Then I can separate this piece from this piece and get to work on actually making the box. Okay, now I have a very tiny thickness, probably 1/8, maybe a little bit more, of an inch, holding that piece to that piece. So what I'm going to do now, retract the tailstock and twist. So I've not gone through, there was no risk of this coming flying at me. Little bud there. Not anymore. One of the handy things about using an old sideboard as a workbench is I have a drawer right underneath the lathe, so that's my drawer of many things. So, what I am going to do first is turn the lid first. So I'm going to separate the lid from the body, then do the lid till it's finished, and then do the body. Pull my trousers back up. Nobody needs to see me without my trousers on, including me. I didn't sort the tool rest out. Pay attention. So like I did when I separated this from the larger piece, I've left about 1/8 of an inch, so I can just grab this, twist, and it'll separate. Leaves a little nub that a chisel will get off. I didn't actually need to do that because I just remembered I'm going to be turning that anyway. But oh well. And what I've done is I've left a little ridge here, and that's telling me where to make the rim. Not sure how well you're going to see that. So ridge, rim, and then it's a plunge straight into the box. So that's where the rim will be, and then the lid will sit over the rim. Oh, remember, if you have a chuck that has multiple keyholes, use all of them when you're tightening. Because just to make sure you do get an even pressure. Sorry, Glenn, I've got to move your grip. Now I'm just checking to make sure that the edge of the tool is going to be on centre. And then I need, if I've done this right, which I have, a tool's width. So I know I need to come in a tool's width. So I'll actually go a little bit over and then work my way back. And that will fit. So that first thing there was just to mark the tool's width. Now I'll go to the inside of that to actually initiate the cut. Where did I put it? bit too high. Better. I'm actually doing this so the tool is slightly to down angle. I'm trying to be really light with that cut. Now it's a question of, is that deep enough? The answer is not quite. Putting the tool rest back on would help, wouldn't it? Yes. Now I have a fit. So this needs the insides sanding. I'm just trying to feel what grit I need to start on. And because I'm now going to be sanding, oops, face mask. It's about to get noisy, you might want to turn the sound down. 500 RPM now. Okay, so that's the inside of the lid done so far. I tend to oil the inside of boxes rather than waxing them, because the wax is going to get damaged, and depending on what's going in the box, it's just going to damage the wax. So oil seems to me the better choice. So let's get this out. I will take that off when everything's complete, and I sand the outside. I'm really good at dropping things today. Doing well. Why don't you drop it through? There we go. Okay, now, spindle gouge, spindle boring, spindle gouge boring, something like that. When you're doing this, present your tool as horizontal as you possibly can. Now I still have my tailstock in. What that lets me do, just because of the size of this lathe and the size, well, the size of me as well, is I can rest my elbow on the tailstock, put that on, and be at the right spot. When you do this, you want the upper edge of the flute to be pretty much pointed straight up. And I'm also going to want some more speed. I have tried this at lower speeds, but for me, with this lathe, it doesn't work. It just starts burning. It just doesn't seem to work as well. Don't know why, but there you go. Could just be the fact this is an old lathe. But as long as I don't put too much pressure on, take my time, everything should be good. So where I've just put the tip of my thumb is the depth I want to get to. I am slightly too high. There we go. You notice when I made the adjustment, I know the lathe was running, but I kept my hands at least a good couple of inches away from the turny thing. Now let's see if I can do this without messing it up. There we go. That's better. Remember, whenever you're boring, you need to take whatever you're boring with, whether it's a drill or anything, take it out regularly so you can clear the waste. Otherwise all that's doing is building up heat inside. A little bit more. That should be about right. Oh, I meant to say, this is a round nose scraper. Originally it was just a plain round nose scraper. I extended the curve on one side to help me with things like this. Mostly because I don't have the money right now to buy a proper hollowing tool or anything like that. And I know that you could do this with the spindle gouge or the bowl gouge and hollow it, but I also hope you see I have nerve damage. My hands are shaking. So fine motor control for me can be very difficult. So it's a lot easier for me to use this than it is to use the spindle gouge and try and get that precision. Getting there. I have the depth. Now I just need to shape the side, because I have a ridge about halfway down. Yeah, I've got a ridge there. So now, as light as I can, and the ridge is gone. Yay! Who would have thought? I'm going to give myself another ridge higher up though. Yes, there. There now. So what, about 1/4 inch inside? Gone. Oh, you might have noticed what I was doing on that last part. Not only had it in and angled slightly down, I also had it slightly off centre. I can't remember where I saw that being done, unfortunately. I think it might have been one of Simon Hope's videos in Germany. I think it might have been, and effectively what I just did is change a normal scrape into a shear cut. Yeah. Loud noise. Yeah. Smooth as a baby's bum. Well, if it's a baby rhino anyway. So I'm going to sand again, and I want you to notice how I'm holding the abrasive. I don't have it wrapped around my fingers. I have it held like that. If for whatever reason it grabs, it's not going to take my hand, it'll just take it out of my hand. So there's no risk of me losing my fingers, basically. So it's going to get loud again. Put my face mask back on. I'm starting at 120 and I'll be going up to 400. After I turn the speed back down. One of the downsides of having a drawer of many things is sometimes you can't find anything. Ah, there you are. Found it. This stuff, if you're in the US, here in the UK it's called methylated spirits. You guys call it denatured alcohol. It's just had a dye put into it to try and stop people drinking it. I think pretty sure that's why they put the dye in it. And let's face it, anybody that's willing to drink this stuff probably deserves a Darwin Award. Although that's not really fair, is it? No, kids and things, but don't put it where kids can get to it, is the answer to that one. Okay. You may every now and again see me, especially with paper towel, just turning and throwing it down there. I actually have a bin off to my right. Now I actually have on this a bit of a colour bar somewhere. I know it's here somewhere. There. 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 I would like it to be a bit of a more positive fit. I'm trying to decide whether to take the inside of this down or the inside of this down would actually make... Well, no, because I'd have to do them both, wouldn't I? Yeah. No, well, if that's what I need to do, that's what I need to do. That'll be a more sensible way of doing it. Remember, if the gap between your workpiece and the tool rest is big enough for you to get your finger down, it's too big. I can't get my finger down. Yep, got dropped What's today? One of the fun things about the old belt drives is every time you want to change speed you have to do this. And it means you're always starting from zero. No matter what speed you're going to get to, you're starting from zero. I know I'd get there eventually. Right. So, next thing. Too small. Yeah, that's a shame. To sand and level off the outsides on both parts. I'm going to change the shape a little bit. It's not going to be exactly the same as this one. I'm not going to put the little, that ridge thing there on it, I don't think. No, I'm not. I think. Decision. Let me get it tuned up first. That's better. I think there's a tiny little inclusion in this, or the very beginnings of a knot forming. No, it can't be a knot. I'm not sure. Anyway. So, next step, sanding. Yes, sanding. Now, if I didn't have you guys here, my extractor will basically be where the camera is. But I can't have the extractor there and you there. And basically where you are is the only place you can see anything. So, I'm afraid I'm not going to be doing extraction this time. Ordinarily I would. I couldn't find my 400 grit before, now I can't find my 240. Doing well. No. Ah, there's a piece. Face mask. Dropping the speed back down to 500. Starting at 120. Again, look at how I'm holding the abrasive. It's not wrapped around my fingers. So if it takes it, it'll go. I don't have to worry, it's not going to take my hand with it. $180 now. $240. Actually, I think this piece of 240 is pretty much dead. Yeah. I think I'm going to be needing to get some more abrasive. $320. $400. now the mask can come off. So I'm going to use cut and polish on the outside first. What did I just, oh, it's there. Remember, when you're wet sanding, you may not need a dust mask, but you still need to protect your eyes. I'm not putting any real pressure on, I'm just holding the paper against the piece. And basically, all I'm doing now is waiting until you see residue there, until there's no residue. So keep turning your paper, so you keep presenting fresh paper, and wait till there's no more residue appears. And again, look how I'm holding it. So if it goes, it goes. It's not going to take my hand with it. And now there is basically no residue. I'll just do one more swipe so you can see with my grimy fingers. See, no more residue. Yeah. So that was the chestnuts cut and polish, and now I'm going to put some of that on it. Now I know microfine really is made for resins, but it does still give you the higher, or the smoother finish on woods. Exactly the same principle as with the cut and polish. Work it in. Just hold the paper against the piece. You don't need to put pressure on. Let the stuff do its job. Don't try and force it. While I'm talking, you may notice I'm not going on the top or the back of the piece, I'm only going at the bottom. The reason being because I'm getting quite close to the chuck. If I do get caught by the chuck, it's going to throw my hand down away from it, not up into it. So I might get a cut or a scrape, but I'm not likely to lose anything that I'd rather keep attached. Okay, so that's been worked in. So now it's time to change the paper, present a fresh piece, and exactly the same with the others, just start working with it until you don't get any residue. I'm not worried about here, because that's going to get turned away anyway. So if we compare, so that's the working phase, as I was working it in. That's what I've just done. Do it that way. Cool blank. So that was the last one. That was the one I just did. And then now at the point where there's no more residue coming off. So, it is done. There we go. Right, so that's the sanding complete. now I think I have a little bit of this left. Yeah, I do have a little bit of that left as well. Before I do that, I'm going to take away some of the excess of the Yorkshire grit that's in that groove, just so it doesn't contaminate the rest of the wood. There we go. I think I'm going to do the inside, the bottom and the top with lemon oil rather than wax. I'll just give that a couple of seconds. Under normal circumstances, I'd actually leave this for a couple of minutes, but I don't have time, I'm afraid. So I might even have gone and had a cuppa now. Just because I'm now getting into, so I have disabilities, I'm now getting into the pain level. It's hurting quite a lot now to still be stood here. But, needs must. Shiny. And then just for another bit of protection, microcrystalline stick. go. Now let's just get rid of the tenons, and then pretty much done. Now, am I going to? No, I'm not. I am going to leave it like that, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I am. I think I was channeling Martin Saban Smith then for a second. Not enough speed. Just as we know, speed cures all things. Ask Jeremy Clarkson. Okay, this is now down to a knob. So what I'm going to be doing now is, as I'm cutting, I'm actually going to be pressing with the edge of the tool that way to hold the lid in place. But the moment it separates, I'm turning the machine off instantly. Something is not happy. What is not happy? Is it you? Yes, it's that. That's what's not happy. Well, can't say as I blame it. There we go. Whoa! Now that last full crash is going on. So that's the nub off. What I'll do off camera is I'll actually sand that back and put the oil on, and put the oil on the inside of the lid as well. So that's the lid done. So the only thing left to do just part the rest of the box off. I keep steaming up my visor. Excuse me. So right at the very beginning, when I was sectioning the pieces up, I told you I went down to a thickness of about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little under in this case, and then stop. So yes, I could keep going and catch, or I could do that. It's slightly concave because I slightly undercut when I was doing it. Gone. And again, like with the lid, I will sand that and oil it, oil the inside, done. So that is my first ever full turn video that you've seen from start to finish. I hope you enjoyed it. Constructive criticism is welcome. Being an arse for the sake of being an arse isn't. Other than that, I hope everybody has a good time. Enjoy yourself, stay safe, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.